11 a.m. after the family agreed to empty the cistern because of a faint smell. Naker's mother arrived at the water reservoir where she noticed the child's feet, his body facing down. After notifying the authorities and cordon police, the community began to gather on the streets and in the surrounding houses, showing their support to the family and also to know what had happened to the child, who today completed 72 hours missing. Family members, relatives, and municipal authorities waited for a specialized criminalistic group to arrive from San Andres. This specialized group arrived at the scene at 11:45 a.m. Among them, experts in topography, dactyloscopy, forensics, and professional photographers, among others. In addition, the police colonel and the sectional director of the prosecution office, plus the governor. After analyzing the situation, it was discovered that the lifeless body could not be removed from the cistern because it was already very swollen. So they proceeded to open a hole on one of the cisterns to remove the body. Once the child was out of the tank at around 1:30, they began the investigation process. At 2:30, they removed the body from the place and transported it to the Chatham House Cemetery, where they continued the necropsy process. The process continued until after 6 o'clock in the evening.
And due to the discovery of the body of the young Naker Livingston Perez, Governor Everett Hawkins went to the municipality of Old Providence, from where he referred to the investigative action surrounding the case.
After the sad outcome of the disappearance of young Naker Livingston Perez, Governor Everett Hawkins Shogreen went to the place of the facts in Old Providence with the entire investigation team that advances the necessary inquiry to determine what happened during the 3 days of disappearance that culminated with the discovery of the minor's body inside the cistern.
First, we regret this unfortunate situation. It was hard and sad to wake up this morning with this news. Here we have the whole team of the prosecutor's office, the Sihin, the colonel, and myself. We traveled here to look and do all the processes of investigation and removal of the body.
The removal of materials from the place where the child was found is a key piece for the clarification of the case, as stated by the governor.
I want to say to the family that I am truly and sincerely sorry. It is very hard. We are here and we are going to wait to see what the autopsy and the judicial report says. We are going to meet now to hear the report and to know the minor details, without getting into minor details regarding the background of the investigation, since you will understand that anything that is said can intervene in the course of the investigation. It is a hard blow for the archipelago, not only for the family, but also for all the inhabitants of Old Providence and Santa Catalina.
And for his part, the mayor of the municipality referred to the matter, inviting the community to remain calm while the authorities carry out respective investigations to clarify the death of the minor.
The mayor of Old Providence and Santa Catalina, Norberto Gary, also spoke before the cameras of Teleislas News about the devastating news of the family of this minor, a fact never seen before in the municipality.
The community is shocked, but I want to ask the community to understand that there is already a team working to clarify the facts, and I want to be very emphatic in that we must let the authorities do their job and clarify what really happened to this child.
The mayor also implied this afternoon that the child's body will be studied and necropsy will be performed to clarify the cause of death of the child.
The body was taken to the place where the necropsy will be performed. And as I mentioned just now, there is already a state doing its job. The prosecutors are they are doing what is necessary to inform us what happened.
And after traveling to the municipality of Providence, the commander of the police department spoke to the cameras of Teleislas News to provide details regarding the case of the death of the minor Naker Livingston.
The commander states that all the necessary protocols are being followed to determine and clarify the facts that led to the death of the 10-year-old boy who had been missing for 3 days.
First of all, we are very sorry for this event, and of course we have told the entire family that we are going to stay here in order to clarify what has happened to Naker. In the same way, we arrived here with criminalistics personnel, with the support of the sectional director of the prosecutor's office, and the purpose is to carry out the inspection at the place of the facts. The child's body has already been rescued from where it was found, which was a cistern of water, and a special protocol will be carried out, all with the purpose of clarifying very well what happened and exactly what could have happened to the child.
Expert personnel moved to the municipality to determine the cause of death.
For these cases, a special team of criminalistics is assigned with experts in topography, dactyloscopy, and exploration. The purpose of this is to make a detailed inspection of the facts so that a diagnosis can be made. In addition, an expert photographer will come to carry out all these activities and with all these procedures and data collection. In addition to the results of the examination of the child's body, we will surely have clarity about what could have happened.
It is expected that in the next few days, the prosecutor's office will provide the results of the test and information collected today when the child's body was found.
Concerned a few words and waiting for answers is the community in general in Providence Island after the unfortunate circumstances in which minor Naker Livingston Perez was found.
Sad and in many cases speechless. The community of Old Providence shared their feelings after the discovery of Naker's lifeless body.
Todo es ilógico lo que pasó aquí.
Everything is illogical what happened here, like an unresolved mystery. Many loose questions. Now we will look to the entities that know about this topic to clarify what really happened. The truth is a very unfortunate situation, and we will have to wait to see what the authorities say about the body and how the body was found, in which conditions we'll be able to give a more refined opinion, because so far the community does not know how the body was found. But something I have in my gut is that this child did not commit suicide or did not fall there by accident.
Right. About that, you know, me no want no problem, but this look funny. Man can't fall down in our assistance, we got one little top.
Critical and complicated. These things never yet happen in the community, and then don't look about it really straight and true. Will more happen in this vicinity.
Well, this moment, I feel the whole community, Providence and San Catalina, feel very sad. It's a situation when nobody can explain, nobody never expect. We can't find a conclusion, but well, everybody as parents or as mother, I feeling at this moment, feel bad about it.
This is a situation that burdens all of us. This is not an issue of one family. It has to do with the whole community. Hard, complicated, and very sad that these type of things happen in such a small community, in such a small place like the department. We are hurting, and it's something that affects us all.
The maternal grandmother of Naker Livingston spoke exclusively to Teleislas News about the death of the minor and how she remembers him.
With red eyes and still dismayed by the news is Carmen Alvarez Ramirez, the maternal godmother of Naker Livingston Perez, who fervently wishes to travel to Providence to see her grandson, who she remembers as a kind and friendly child.
The little boy was a kind person, friendly with everyone. He liked to explore things, very intelligent. He liked basketball, soccer, baseball, many sports. The boy studied in Providence, but last year he studied in Brooks Hill, where he made 4th grade. Now he was in 5th grade. He was a good student. Naker was here this year in March. He then went to spend his birthday with his grandfather in Providence and stayed studying. My daughter thought about bringing him to spend his vacation here, but there were no air tickets to bring him, so it wasn't possible.
Alvarez states that the facts surrounding the death of her grandson are very confusing and assures that there is a third person involved in Naker's death.
No. I imagine that the child did not kill himself. There had to be a person who induced him to do this, because he did not kill himself. He was killed. A 10-year-old child is not going to have the capacity to kill himself and get into a cistern. I asked the authorities not to let this case go unpunished and to look for those responsible for this crime.
Carmen Alvarez is looking for an air ticket to travel to Providence Island. She says that her wish at this moment is to say goodbye to her grandson.
And in the middle of this affliction, Naker Livingston's uncle related to Teleislas News how the minor's body was found.
From early hours, the community of Full Providence gathered in the section of Southwest Bay after hearing the news that the body of the child was found in the cistern of the house. Relatives say that they've checked the cistern several times and are now awaiting the authorities to help clarify what had happened.
Yesterday we discovered that the cistern had a funny odor, but a mild odor. They started verifying and the conclusion was that they were going to remove the water from the cistern to see if it was a rocco, because we have roccos around the house, to see if it was an animal that had died within the cistern. This morning around 7 a.m., my mother got out to begin the process with the cistern, and when she stooped down, she saw the legs of the child in the corner. He was facing down. All she could do was scream, and my wife started running towards her to see what was taking place, and when she said, "He is in there," all my wife could do was also scream, "He's here, he's here." 2. I cannot say that my nephew committed suicide, because the truth is that he is a healthy child, an exemplary child, a smart kid even at school, and it is hard. I want to thank all the authorities and in a special way the colonel of the police. Though we have not seen her here, she took the leadership to make us start marching. All I ask the entire community is to permit the authorities to do their job as is their profession, and their knowledge to verify this episode. The family is without words. We don't know what to say, and we await the professionals who are on their way.
The family ruled out the possibility of the child in suicide. So far, the family and the community awaits for the authorities to clarify what had happened with this 10-year-old boy.
And at this time, we continue with Victor Fusalba on the sport news of our department.
Of the islands. Sports Secretariat and the Departmental Athletics Leagues seeks to encourage athletics in young people and in schools. San Andres is a land of athletes because it has the ideal biotype for practice of athletics. But there is a lack of incentive and motivation for the young people of the department to be more interested in this sport that would be the wave to form great athletes for the insular department.
Here in the island of Providence, we got the real runners special. They have a nice, good body to run. Really, the trainer, the teacher, but some parents don't give them hours to go to practice. It's very good. They will get help in the university. They could get becas and help to study in the university. We have a international marathon. And every year we have a race around the island every year. So the sport is very important to left on one side the drugs and the smoking and the rum. I call all the parents to please talk to the children to practice the athleticism or any sport, practice anything.
We talked with Coach Fernando Ramirez, who gave us his opinion on the matter. Encouraging young people and integrating parents and schools will be the ideal way to achieve more interest in this sport in our department, according to Ramirez. Football players are part of wishes of many young islanders. Reaching professional football is the dream of many young people in our archipelago. There are a few opportunities for these young people from the most remote regions of the country, San Andres and Providence, either because there are no incentives to develop the sport or because there are lack of potential help and real and concrete opportunities for these young people. This is the case of Logan Denilson Diaz, who has taken advantage of this scarce opportunity to reach Portugal. His mother, Ruby Jimenez Pacheco, has worked tirelessly to help her son with his dream, where with discipline and dedication, Logan Denilson trains with the Sharks United Football Club, looking to achieve his dream and reach professional football. This is what Logan Denilson Diaz told us.
Send a big greeting to the fans. I want to say that thanks to God, I am doing very well, and I am very happy for the opportunity given to me, and I will work tirelessly for that desired dream. I want you to know and also to be encouraged so that you will never give up. Just take your time and keep a positive mind.
With discipline and dedication through sports, you can change the life of many athletes. San Andres and Providence need the support in order to reach professional football, said Logan Diaz. A round of applause for those mothers who fight for their children's dreams to come true. And this is all in sports for tonight. We will see you on another broadcast. We continue with Lisa.